Shall we start now? Yes, sir. So, what is the topic today that we are going to cover? Location of location of roots. Location of roots. Have we already covered graph of quadratic expression? Yes. Okay. Do you know what is the minimum and maximum value of quadratic expression? Okay, see. So before we start this location of roots, you should be familiar with graph and minimum value and maximum value. Yes or no? So yes, let me take some examples, right? Just try to draw the graph. Example number 1. X square minus 5x plus 6. This is nothing but quadratic function, I can say. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So f of x is equal to this. Now try to draw the graph. Shall I draw one graph and then you'll try the next one? Okay, see, very easy. See, first of all, suppose we have a quadratic expression or quadratic function ax square plus bx plus c. F of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are, I'm talking about real polynomial, a real quadratic function. So a, b, c belongs to all real, set of all real numbers. Okay, where a is not equal to 0. Otherwise, it will not be a quadratic equation. Very good. Now, a can be either positive or negative, isn't it?
Yes.
A can be either positive or negative. So depending upon the nature of a, it can't be 0. So it means there are only two possibilities left. Yes or no? So a can be either positive or negative. Remember one thing, in order to draw the graph of quadratic expression or quadratic function, first thing you have to remember, if a is positive, the parabola will be upward. That is what you have to remember, first thing. And if it is negative, parabola would be negative. I mean downward. Yes or no? If a is negative, then parabola would be downward. Yes or no?
Yes.
See, this point is not limited. Basically, this is dot dot on. It will go till infinity. Yes or no? Similarly, over here also, I mean, this will go till minus infinity. Yes or no? Okay, very good. And this point, if you see this point, this is nothing but minima, or we can say absolute minima. Yes or no? Or the minimum value you will get here only. Yes or no? In this graph. Okay. Are you able to see now?
Yes.
See, in the first graph, if you see this point, suppose this point is P. Okay. And this one is some other point. Let's take Q.
Yes.
Okay. So this point is maximum value you'll get here. Yes or no? The y coordinate of this point, I mean Q point, you'll get maximum value of the quadratic function. And similarly, the y coordinate of P would give you, tell me, minimum value of the function. Yes or no? So it totally depends upon the value of a, whether it is positive or negative. I hope you understood. Yes or no? So could you just tell me which type of graph I have to draw for this example? Upward parabola. Yes or no? Yes or no? Why? Because a is 1 here. What is a here? 1. If a is 1, it means it is positive. If a is positive, upward parabola. The coordinate of this particular point, always either P or Q, whatever it is, I mean graph of ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. This point will remain same for every quadratic function, P and Q. So the coordinates of P and Q would be, tell me, P or Q would be, tell me the coordinates of P and Q would be minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4. So the y coordinate will give you the value of the function, and x coordinate will give you at which value of x it is minimum or max. Yes or no? I hope you understood. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So yes. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please note it down. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see. So very easy. Now we can find the coordinates of this particular point. Yes or no? We can say this is nothing but point of symmetry. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is nothing but point of symmetry. Yes or no? So if you go towards the right of this particular point, and if you go towards left of this particular point, you'll see the same graph. Yes or no?
Sir.
Okay. So this is nothing but point of symmetry. So the coordinates of this particular point would be, tell me, minus b by 2a is here, 5 by 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what is minus d by 4a?
Square.
If you solve it, you will get minus 1 by 4.
Yes. Yes.
Yes or no? Minus 1 by, what is d here? We are getting 1. 25 minus 24. Yes or no? So minus d will give you minus 1.
Yes, sir.
And 4a is nothing but 4.
Four.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So this is the coordinate, the coordinates of this particular point, which is also known as point of symmetry, we can say 5 by 2 comma minus 1 by 4. Yes or no? So x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. It means it is in which quadrant?
It is in
Second.
third.
Fourth quadrant. Fourth
Fourth
quadrant. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So origin would be, the y coordinate. See, the y coordinate would be somewhere on the left hand side of this point of symmetry. Yes or no? Why? Because 5 by 2 is positive. Yes or no? And on y axis, x is 0. So 0 should be left hand side of 5 by 2 because 0 is less than 5 by 2. Yes or no? So this would be, tell me, y axis. Yes or no? Yes or no? And x axis would be somewhere. Yeah. Yes or no? I hope you got it. Why? Because this is the fourth quadrant now,
Fourth quadrant.
and 5 by 2 comma minus 1 by y is negative and x is positive. Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you just tell me what would be these 2 points? This would be the roots of, tell me, roots of this particular equation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where y is 0 and x would be the roots of this particular equation. 2 roots you will get. Yes or no? Because how many times it cuts the x-axis? 2 times. Very good. So alpha and beta. So we already know what are the roots of this particular equation. 2 and 3. So 2 will be on the left and 3 would be on the right. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what would be the coordinates of this particular point where
Okay.
this particular graph cuts the y-axis?
That's why.
Tell me.
0, comma.
So what we have to do? We have to put x is equal to 0 there. You'll get 0 comma 6. Yes or no? So this point would be 0 comma 6. I'm writing only 6. Yes or no?
Yes.
I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
So this is the graph. No. This is not the third root. The roots will always lie on x-axis. Yes or no? If y is 0, whatever the values of x you are getting, that would be roots of this particular, the given equation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But when x is 0, whatever the value of y you will get, that would not be root. We cannot say that is root. We can say the value of the function at x is equal to 0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the graph. Would you try to draw the other graph similarly? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next example is let us take another famous equation. You already know which equation. X square sorry, x square minus 3x plus 2. That is your f of x. Try to draw the graph. Very easy. X square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to f of x.
Minus 1. 3 by 2 or minus 1 by 4.
Yes. Yes, online students, have you drawn the graph? Are you getting or not? Ayan?
Positive.
See, what is A here? What is A here?
One positive. Positive.
Solution. We have to draw the graph. A is positive, upward,
Yes, upward.
upward para. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the coordinates?
3 by 2.
Coordinates of this point of symmetry. 3 by 2 comma minus 1. Again, this point lies in fourth quadrant. So y will be on the left of this particular point,
Yes, sir.
and x axis would be just above this particular point. Yes or no? So this is your y coordinate, and this would be the x coordinate. I mean x axis. Yes or no? This is y axis. This is x axis. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
This is origin. Now, what are the roots of this particular equation? We already know 1 comma 2. So 1 will be on the left and 2 would be on the right. Now this particular point, anyone? 2. If you put x is equal to 0, you'll get 2 only. Yes or no?
Sir.
If you put y is equal to 0, you'll get x. Values of x would be 1 and 2. That is why 1 and 2 are the roots of this particular. So that is the graph. Now see, if you know the graph, how many questions we can solve? So many questions. See, the first thing, at 3 by 2, I mean x is equal to 3 by 2, this is point of symmetry. Yes or no? X is equal to 3 by 2 is, or we can say line of symmetry, if I say x is equal to 3 by 2. So this point is, this particular point 3 by 2 comma minus 1 by 4 is point of symmetry. So if you go on the right of this particular point, you'll get graph is increasing. See here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And if you go towards left of this particular point 3 by 2, the graph is decreasing. Yes or no? So where the graph is decreasing, could you just tell me? If x is less than 3 by 2, because graph, see,
That is decreasing.
yes or no?
Yes, sir.
From minus infinity to 3 by 2, it is decreasing. At 3 by 2, at 3 by 2 till 3 by 2, it is decreasing, and from 3 by 2, it is increasing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you understood? What is the minimum value of this particular function? What is the minimum value? Minimum value minus 1 by 4.
Yes, sir. Minus 1 by.
Yes or no? Minus 1 by 4. Value means value of the function, that is y. It means y coordinate. At what value we are getting the minimum value? X is equal to 3 by 2. At what value of x we are getting the minimum value? 3 by 2. And what is the minimum value? Minus 1 by 4. Yes or no?
Yes.
What is the maximum value? Infinity. What is the maximum value? Infinity. So we'll cover so many questions. Almost 15, more than 15 questions we can have here. But all those questions we will be covering in which chapter? functions.
Functions, yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
But I hope you understood the graph of quadratic.
Quadratic. Yes, sir.
Shall we move ahead?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now, location of roots. So I hope you understood how to draw the graph.
Understood.
Shall we draw one more graph?
Yes.
Only one. Only one. Example number 3.
Three.
Minus x square plus x minus 1 is equal to f of x. Yes, Ayan, are you getting or not?
One by two minus three by four.
By two.
Mm.
1 by 2.
And minus three by four. Minus plus plus one by two plus
three
four
by
और
four.
minus two by four. लेकिन इसका ग्राफ आएगा नीचे जाएगा डाउनवर्ड सेम कॉलम हाँ इस तो बड़ी
Yes.
Fourth quadrant is fourth quadrant is
हाँ तो मुझे आगे
minus 1 by 2.
See, very easy.
Yes. Yes.
First of all, the graph would be downward. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
yes
I mean, the parabola would be downward.
Downwards.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now we have to find the point. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, what is the coordinate of this particular point? Minus b by 2a.
Yes.
That is 1 by 2. Yes or no?
yes
And then
minus three
4ac minus b square over 4a. Yes or no? So 4ac is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 divided by minus 4. That is minus 3 by 4. So this is the coordinate we are getting. Again, it lies in the fourth quadrant. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If this point lies in the fourth quadrant, it means it will be below the x-axis.
Yes, sir.
yes
So
yes sir.
it means this graph is not going to cut the x-axis. That is why we are getting imaginary roots.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting imaginary.
If d is less than 0, the graph is not going to
cut it is
cut the axis, not touch the axis. Yes or no? Yes or no?
yes sir.
So tell me, x-axis would be or y-axis would be somewhere. Tell me here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And x-axis would be somewhere here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is your x-axis, y-axis. This is your origin. What is the coordinate of this particular point? Minus 1? I mean 0 comma minus 1. I can
Yes,
say
sir. Minus
yes or no?
1.
0 comma minus 1. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So what is the minimum value of this particular function?
Minus 3 by 4.
That is the maximum value.
Negative है ना?
Minimum value is what? Minimum value is minus infinity. It will go till minus infinity. And that is the maximum value. Because graph, we cannot go above minus 3 by 4. That is why that is the maximum value. If graph is downward, you will get maximum value finite. Yes or no? And minimum minus infinity. And if graph is upward, then you will get minimum value finite, that is minus d by 4a, and maximum value would be infinity, plus infinity. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
yes sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what would be the range of this particular graph, I mean function? Y belongs to, tell me, minus infinity to minus 3 by 4. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the range of this particular
Minus
function? Tell me. Minus 1 by 4 to infinity. Very good. Yes or no? What about this one? Y belongs to, tell me,
So it will be
minus 1 by 4 to
positive.
infinity. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
How to draw the graph? What is the minimum value? Where it is increasing? Where it is decreasing? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
If the quadratic equation or quadratic expression or the graph of quadratic expression does not cut the x-axis, it means there is no real root. If d is negative, always remember, if d is negative, the graph is not going to cut the x-axis. Yes or no? Because we are not getting the real roots. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, location of roots. See, suppose we have equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and we have got roots alpha and beta, and of course we are talking about real roots. Location of real roots. So in bracket you just write real here. Location of real, because we cannot locate imaginary roots in real axis. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In complex number we do, but here we can't. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because we are studying only real function. Yes or no? Okay, see. So alpha and beta are the real roots basically. So by default, our d is, tell me, greater than or equal to
0.
for real roots. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. So you already know nature of roots. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. See. Now here, if you see, and we have to put the condition as well. A, B, C must be, tell me, real numbers, and A should not be equal to
0.
yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose first point, C is a real number which belongs to alpha and beta. I mean, C is a number which lies between alpha and beta. Here, alpha and beta both are real. Both are real. It means D must be greater than 0, not equal to, because alpha in that case alpha and beta may be equal. Yes, sir. So C is a number which is there in between alpha and beta, and D is greater than 0. It means alpha is not equal to beta. Yes or no? Real roots and alpha, and if alpha and beta both are equal, then we can't take any value between alpha and beta. Yes or no? So that is the condition. If C is a number which lies between alpha and beta, alpha belongs to alpha and beta. I mean, it is there in between alpha and beta, and alpha and beta both are real. It means D is greater than. Now, suppose this is f of x. What is f of x? Or maybe let me take p of x. This is p of x. P of x is ax square plus bx plus c. So see, my question is, if again p of c is greater than 0, then you tell me what is a. I mean, a is positive or negative. Have you understood the question? C is a number between alpha and beta. C is a number between alpha and beta. P of x is ax square plus bx plus c. P of c. What is the meaning of P of c?
The value.
We have to put the value of x is equal to c there in P of x. Yes or no? If it is positive, then what about a? I mean, a is whether positive or negative, you need to tell me. Why positive?
Because sir, if A is negative,
Yes, online students. C is a number between alpha and beta. P of C is positive. Then what about A? Roots are real. Student test, just try to observe these two graphs. See here. These are the two graphs. If A is positive, then upward parabola. If A is negative, then downward parabola.
Because
See here.
is greater than 0.
It is very easy. There can be two types of graph. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Whether either A is positive or A is negative. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Here will be alpha and here will be beta. Yes or no? C will be somewhere here. Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
C will be somewhere here. In this diagram also, if you see, in this diagram, see here. This is nothing but alpha and this is beta. C will be somewhere here. Yes or no? Now, in these two graphs, if you see, in the first graph, what is P of C? P of C means at C, which type of value we are getting? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Negative. C. At C, what is the value we are getting? Here we are getting below the x-axis. This is your x-axis. Yes or no? So P of C will be negative if A is positive. But here, if A is negative, then P of C is positive. So it means here A would be negative. I hope you understood. So that type of question may come where no number will be given and there becomes very, very good question. Yes or no?
Yes,
I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Now the second case. Just wait, just don't write now. Just see here. The second case. Suppose if P of C is less than 0. What about A? Just opposite. I hope you understood. I hope you understood. P of C, this time around you'll get greater less than 0 if A is positive. Understood? Shall we move ahead? Okay. Please note it down. Till here is just wrote it down. So these are the two cases. This is nothing but location of roots. So depending upon the location of roots, we can find the value of A or maybe P of C. Yes or no? In reverse way, the question can be asked to. Yes or no? If A is negative, then what is P of C? It would be positive. If A is positive, then what is P of C? It would be negative. Yes or no? Provided C lies between alpha and beta, where alpha and beta both are real roots, unequal real roots, we can say, or distinct real roots. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So remember it. So it's all about graph. It's all about graph. If you know the graph, you'll understand. Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Wait.
C must lie between alpha and beta. Now the second case. If C does not lie alpha and between alpha and beta. Second case. This was case number 1. That was case number 1 where two cases we have discussed. Yes or no? Now case number 2. If C does not belong to alpha comma beta. I am putting close bracket here. Why? Because I don't want C is equal to either alpha nor beta. Yes or no? So I'm putting square bracket. So C cannot be equal to alpha. It cannot be equal to beta. It will lie outside alpha and beta. Yes or no? So it can be here or here. Yes or no? In this graph, it can be here or here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Is there any doubt? Now, would you try to tell me if I ask again? See, D is what? What is the condition? D is greater than 0. Alpha is not equal to beta. Alpha is not equal to. Although this condition is not needed here. Why not needed? Alpha is not equal to beta. Because if alpha is equal to beta, then no problem. It will be either alpha is equal to beta will be 1 point. Yes or no?
Yes.
It may, I mean, C may lie on the left of alpha is equal to beta, or it may lie on the right. Doesn't matter. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move ahead?
Yes.
But I have mentioned this, alpha is not equal to beta. Okay. Now, case A. So if I ask you again, if again P of C, P of C is positive. P of C is positive. Tell me, which case? First graph or second graph? Consider C, which is either left of alpha or right of beta. So if you see, the graph is above the x-axis. Yes or no? Here, this region. Are you getting or not? So this here, if you see on the left hand side of alpha or on the right hand side of beta, if you see the graph is above the x-axis. Yes or no? It means P of C would be positive. It means A would be positive. I hope you understood. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now if, yes, once more. If P of C is positive, where is C? C is either on the left hand side of alpha or the right hand side of beta. On the right hand side of, here you have to mention alpha is less than beta. What we have to mention? One more condition. Alpha is less than beta. Alpha is less than beta. Tell me what I'm saying. Where does C lie? C lies on the left of alpha or right of beta. So if you take any value on the left hand side of alpha, it will cut the graph above the x-axis. Yes or no? It means it will be positive. Yes or no? P of C will be positive. Then A should be positive. Understood? Now here also, what about P of C? If P of C is negative, then tell me A will be negative. A will be
Negative.
negative. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
So these are the two cases that you have to understand. Although I have not covered all the cases, but I hope I have given the idea how to proceed. Yes or no?
Yes,
You have to draw the graph. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If graph is above the x-axis, it means it is positive. If it is below the x-axis, it is negative. I hope you understood. So if we want to check at the given point, suppose x is equal to c, what is the sign of the value of the function, then what we have to do? We have to draw a perpendicular line at that particular point. Perpendicular to x-axis. If it cuts the graph above the x-axis, it will be positive. If it cuts the graph below the x-axis, it is negative. I hope you understood. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now shall we take some examples?
Yes.
So I mean that's it in, that is there in this particular topic. Location of roots. You have to draw the graph. Simple. Shall we take some examples?
Yes.
Okay. Online students, are you getting or not? A little complex topic. It is, yes or no? But if you know the graph, it becomes very easy. Now, example number 4. Suppose we have equation ax square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to, this is nothing but suppose p of x. Okay. Sorry. This is nothing but p of x. Now, p of x is equal to 0 has distinct real roots. distinct real roots. Let's say alpha and beta, where alpha is less than beta. The roots of P of X is alpha and beta. Okay. C belongs to alpha and beta. C belongs to alpha and beta. and P of C is negative. P of C is negative. Then option A, option B, option C, option D. Option A is negative, A is positive, A is equal to 0, or can't say anything. Can't say anything. A cannot be 0 because it is a quadratic. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me. Please try. Have you understood the question? Same question.
Yes, sir.
We have already covered this concept. Yes or no? Ax square plus 3x plus 2.
Is greater than 0.
Yes. P of C is negative.
Yes, sir.
P of C is negative. It means the graph should be upward.
Yes.
Why? Because if A is positive, then between alpha and beta, graph is below the x-axis. So simply answer is A is positive, option B. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
easy.
sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So answer is
B, sir.
B. Very easy.
Greater than.
The graph would be something like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Here alpha, this is beta, and this is C. And we have to, what we have to do? We have to a perpendicular line at that particular point. So where it cuts the that particular graph? Below the x-axis. This is nothing but x-axis. This is nothing but x-axis. Yes or no? Shall we move ahead? Shall we take one more, another example?
Yes, sir.
Example number 5. Suppose we have equation x square plus 5x plus c is less than 0. Or maybe just take this one is minus x square. Just take minus x square plus 5x plus c is less than 0. You need to tell me t belongs to what? If minus x square plus 5x plus c is less than 0, then you need to tell me c belongs to what? What are the possible values of c? Slightly different question. Yes or no? Try to draw the graph. You'll get the idea. A is negative. A is, it means downward parabola. See, very easy. Downward parabola. Yes or no? Since the whole function is negative, it means it should lie below the x-axis. So x-axis should be above this particular graph. Yes or no? This is your x-axis. I hope it is clear. Since A is negative, I have drawn downward parabola. Since the whole function is negative, it means it should lie below the x-axis. Yes or no? It means it is not cutting the axis.
Yes.
It means roots will not be real.
Real.
It means d is less than 0.
Zero.
I hope it is clear. So many means. Yes or no?
Yes.
I hope it is clear. First thing, A is negative, downward parabola. The whole function is negative. It means no. The whole function is negative. Yeah. D is less than. What is D? B square minus 4AC. So 25 minus becomes plus 4. C less than 0. So C is less than minus 25 by 4. It means C belongs to, tell me, C belongs to minus infinity to minus 25 by 4. Both interval will be open. How easy it was. I mean, how good it was. Yes or no? I hope you understood.
Yes.
Shall we move ahead? Yes, online students. Basically, this is not quadratic. This is function. Yes or no?
Sir, imaginary actually open.
In the face of, in the, yes?
Imaginary actually open है दोनों.
Yes. Since equality is not there,
Yes.
D is less than 0, because if you write D is less than or equal to, it may touch the axis. Yes or no? Suppose, had the question been this equality, if I put the equality here also you have to put equality, and this graph becomes, I mean, it will touch the axis as well. Yes or no? Either equal to 0 or less than 0, not positive. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So then answer would be here, it will be positive. I mean, we have to take that minus 25 by 4. So open, in place of open interval, we have to put closed interval. I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Shall we move ahead? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move ahead?
Yes.
Shall we take one more example?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Example number 6. If 2x square plus 3x plus k is greater than 0, then k belongs to what? Very easy. Very easy. Same type of question I have asked. This time around A is positive. Upward parabola. Always positive. It means x should be below the graph. Yes or no? It means again this time also we are not getting any real roots. Yes or no?
Yes. No. Yes, we are not getting,
Again
sir.
D less than 0.
Yes, D less than 0.
I hope you got it.
Yes.
Just tell me the answer.
Right?
9 by
9
9 by 9 by K is
K.
less than K is less than
Right.
Less than or greater than?
less ऐसा साइन है मेरे को इतना पता है
Sign change होगा ना negative उसका.
See, again A is positive.
Positive.
Parabola would be upward. Since the whole function is positive, it means it should be above the x-axis. It means x will be lying between, I mean, below the graph. Yes or no? It means again it is not going to
Touch the graph.
cut the graph. Yes or no? It means D is negative. D is negative. It means 9 minus, tell me, B square minus 4AC. So 9 minus 8k less than 0. So 8k will go there. It becomes positive 9. So k is, tell me, k is K is greater than 9 by 8. Yes or no? So K belongs to, tell me, 9 by 8
To infinity.
open to infinity. Is there any doubt? Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
One more example.
Yes, sir.
Example number 7. If P of x is equal to Lx square plus mx plus n, and L is negative. L is negative, and m square minus 4ln is greater than 0. M square minus 4ln is greater than 0. And the roots of P of x is equal to 0 are alpha and beta, where alpha is less than beta, and C is a number between alpha and beta. You need to tell me P of C is equal to what? Options. Positive, negative, 0, none of these. Have you understood the question?
Yes, sir. Understood. L is negative. D is greater than 0. And the roots are
कुछ ना कुछ तो आएगा ही.
Yeah.
पॉजिटिव आता सर.
हाँ सर, पॉजिटिव.
पॉजिटिव आता.
पॉजिटिव आया.
पॉजिटिव इज राइट.
पॉजिटिव maybe.
See, very easy. L is negative, it means A is negative.
A is negative.
The graph would be
अपोजिट. तो
downward. Yes or no?
Right.
And m square minus 4ln is nothing but D. So D is positive. So indirectly it is saying distinct real roots are there. Yes or no? So it means and alpha is less than beta. So alpha will be on the left hand side of beta. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt? So
No,
this
sir.
type of graph we will be getting.
Yes.
Now C is there in between alpha and beta.
Ah.
C will be somewhere here. Yes or no? Now what I have to do? In order to find out the sign of P of C, we have to draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis. This is your x-axis.
Yes, sir.
If it cuts the above the x-axis, it means the value would be positive, otherwise negative. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So see here, where it cuts the this particular graph. Tell me, above the x-axis. Yes or no? So it means P of C would be positive. Very easy. I hope you understood.
Yes, sir. Understood.
So location of roots, have you understood? Yes or no? So ultimately you need to draw the graph. You have to understand the graph basically. Very easy. Shall we move ahead? So only examples are left. Almost all the topics we have already covered in quadratic equations. We'll be solving some questions and some sattas will be taking in the next lecture. Thank you.